guys, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. I want to mention this comment. Somebody on my Roe v. Wade video was like, you need to stop talking about politics, stick to reality TV, stay off of Nina Turner, leave Nina alone. This is the house of Aaron, like I said, where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Roe v. Wade is news and it's a hot topic. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids, dummy. And no, I'm not gonna stop talking about what's her face, Nina Turner. I don't like Nina Turner, and there's a reason why she can't get elected past the Ohio State Legislature. There's a reason why DC don't want you, boo. There's a reason why you're blaming this on Roe v. Like, oh, it's the Democrats' fault. You know, they need to legislate. Child, Nina. I would say, why don't you get a seat in Congress and try to help legislate? But you can't even manage to do that. I mean, listen. Anyways, I want to go ahead and talk about celebrity edition of College Hill. It was actually quite good. I like it, y'all. Like, I like the show. I'm not going to lie. I like the show, and I feel as though I'm going to be watching it. Now, I don't know how I'm going to watch it because I told myself that I was not going to pay that $9.99 for BET Plus. Y'all got me all the way messed up. If you think that I am going to pay all of that money for some damn BET Plus when I already pay it for Paramount Plus, but I'm going to find a way. The first episode did premiere after the BET Awards, which I also found to be really interesting. Not bad, not good, but interesting, okay? And maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. I should have talked about it today, but listen, the day just flew by, right? College Hill Celebrity Edition. Of course, we have Dream Doll and what's her name? India Love Westbrook. India Love and Dream Doll are like the Instagram baddies, but India Love is more like a reality TV star, Instagram model, and Dream Doll is more of an entertainer and a rapper. They already knew each other going into the house, and I knew that they were either going to be friends or enemies, and it seems like they are friends. Dream Doll has a bit more of a personality. India Love Westbrook is a little bit more quiet and just kind of like, you know, to herself, right? Very outgoing, but still very quiet at the same time, if that makes sense, right? Then we have Lenita Leaks and Ray J. Nene, it's great to see Nene back on my screen. I love Nene Leakes, even though y'all think I hate the girl. I do not hate Nene Leakes. I just don't like her stank-ass superior attitude. In the words of Candy Burris Tucker, her ex-bestie, right? I just don't like the superior attitude. But on this show so far, in the first 2 episodes, I am digging Nene Leakes, so that's really good. And I feel like this is the real Nene Leakes. I feel like on The Housewives, she adopted this drag queen personality, talking about my good Judy and let's have a Kiki and that's a Reed. And it's like, girl, you did not like act like that before the show. But I feel like on this show, she's a bit more normal. She's a bit more herself. And I really do appreciate the realness. And then Ray J's annoying, you know, his non-vocal having ass, he's annoying. But what I do respect about Ray J is he knows what it takes to make for great television. So even though his antics are annoying, you know, he's got to be the Kenya Moores, right? You need a Giselle or a Kenya Moore on a reality TV show. Someone who's going to be a producer, but don't got no producer credit. Then we have Slim Thug and Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom, we love him. Khloe Kardashian's ex-husband and whatnot, NBA player. In the first 30 seconds of being introduced to him, of course, he mentioned his ex. He was like, I used to be married to the beautiful Khloe Kardashian. And it was kind of like, damn, like he really want this girl back. Right? Because he could not stop talking about Khloe Kardashian in the celebrity Big Brother house. And he can't seem to stop talking about Khloe Kardashian in the College Hill Celebrity Edition house. Lamar, let it go. Like Elsa, let it go. And then Slim Thug is just fun as, I mean, oh my God, those lips, that face, the voice, that. Listen, Slim Thug, you can come my way. I like him. I think he's beautiful. That is a beautiful man. Yes. I like him. Anyways, so yes, that leads us to Stacey, Dash, and Frida. Stacey Dash, she's the resident Fox News commentator, Miss MAGA. We don't know if she like black people or not. We don't know if she self-identify as black or not. Allegedly, she do. They took the class, the African American Studies class, and allegedly she's black and Mexican, honey. I couldn't tell by the way she act, but listen, you know what they say, black people, we're not a monolith, okay? We all think and act differently. But anyways, so Stacey Dash, she's really not getting along with the girls. She really doesn't want to get to know anybody. Everyone else is drinking, we're smoking, we're playing games, we're talking, we're getting to know each other. And Stacey is like, okay? You can tell that Nene Leakes is the drinker, okay? She was like, you want to drink? You want to drink? You want to drink? Anybody want to drink tonight? Anybody want to bitch tonight? All right? And then India Love is the pothead of the group, okay? She was in her corner like, rolling up. She was rolling up. She was like, ooh, doo, 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 doo. I remember those days in college when we used to drink and roll up. Somebody said I was high the other day, and I'm like, boo, I was not high. I would not be making no YouTube video high. I cannot function on no weed, okay? Like, no. Hell no. You was not finna catch me on YouTube high. I can barely function when I'm drunk or tips. And you think I'm gonna get on this bitch high? No, I wish I could be normal and contain myself high, but girl, I just be wanting to fall asleep. I be wanting to eat and I be wanting to fall asleep and I be wanting to just disappear in my covers. Yes. I remember college, the first time I ever drunk was really in high school. I had tasted some wine. I had some Peak Moscato and maybe some Riesling or some shit like that. But I used to drink the New Amsterdam. That was like the college freshman starter pack was New Amsterdam and Paul Masson. And then, of course, the first time I ever smoked weed was in college as well. And I remember when I told my parents were appalled. They were like, y'all, they almost had a heart attack. But listen, I used to go to the RA meetings. I used to be an RA. I used to go to the RA meetings high. I used to go to ecom high. I used to take the math test high. No, I'm playing. I was the sort of person that I never bought weed and I really never smoked it that often, but I had a lot of friends that did. And so when they would pass the blunt, they would ask me if I wanted to hit the blunt and I'll be like, sure. So I'll do a little puff pass, right? But I ain't never bought no weed a day in my life. Anyways. So yeah, India Love Westbrook, she likes her pot. Nene Leakes, she likes her wine and her champs and things like that. And they're partying, but you can tell that Stacey Dash, she's not here for it. Stacey Dash don't want to be here. Stacey Dash don't want to get to know anybody. Every night that they've been there, she acts like a damn a caterpillar in a damn cocoon, and she just wraps herself up in her covers in that damn room. It's Slim Thug who has his own room, and then it's Stacey Dash who has her own room, and then everyone else is sharing rooms and whatnot. And I feel as though Stacey Dash don't need to have her own room because, sis, we're making a television show, okay? Yes, we are here to learn. We're here to get a degree. We're here to show our fans and our supporters that, you can go back to school at any age and you can accomplish anything you want to. But first and foremost, this is a business, okay? The business of BET Plus, and we're trying to get subscriptions. And in order to have subscriptions, they hired us to put on a great show. In order for us to put on a great show, we must participate and be invested, okay? I was just talking about Candy Burst Tucker and how I don't feel like she's that invested into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Stacey Dash, if you're going to be on the show, you need to be invested. Okay, nobody's telling you to smoke pot. Nobody's telling you to drink the champagne. Ain't nobody telling you to act crazy. And no, we didn't ask you to do that. We just asked that if you're in this house and you're going to be a part of this experience, then be present during the group projects and try to be open and get to know every single person that you're living with. Hello. Because in real life, a lot of the college folks, we didn't like to get to know our roommates, even though I was kind of forced to because I was an RA. Like, I had to get to know my roommates, and then I also had to get my roommates to know their other roommates, and then I had to get the rest of the folks in the hall to try to participate in group activities and want to get to know their roommates, right? So I was kind of forced into that situation, even though nobody forced me to be an RA. But y'all get what I'm saying. So in real life, college students don't give a shit about who they're living with, and they don't give a shit about who their neighbor's with, right? But because obviously we are filming a television show here at College Hill, that we got to interact with each other. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got to interact with each other. So, yeah. Anyways, so Stacey Dash is just not here for it. She's super quiet. She's not getting to know anybody, and she's not here. She's gone. The ironic thing about that situation is one of the clubs that Stacey Dash decided to join was the dance team, the basketball dance team. And she seemed very, very happy to join the dance team. I was shocked. Like, it was the first time that she actually talked and cracked a smile and actually had some sort of a personality. I'm assuming she used to be a dancer in her past life 30, 40 years ago, before she married the white man, and, that happened. But she seemed very happy being a part of that dance team. But what's weird about that is the fact that when she's with the dance team, she's happy. But when she back at home with Slim Thug and Lenny Leaks and stuff, she's miserable and she don't want to talk to nobody and she want to go to her room and go to sleep. Talking about I had the longest day ever. Is it because we black? Is it because we're at an HBCU? Are we too ghetto for you? Is Slim Thug too much of a thug for you? Does Dream Doll and her titties and her outfits make you feel uncomfortable? Are we too hood? I don't know about you, Stacey. It's giving, I don't want to be here with you. Y'all know what I want to say. Anyways, listen, what else can I talk about? There's so much that I could bring up, but Stacey has the biggest attitude of all time. Ray J has an attitude with the marketing teacher. He feels like he knows what's best. Dream Dog caught an attitude with Dr. Cooley, the marketing teacher, because she was like, what you're wearing is inappropriate. And when you do your marketing presentation, I'm gonna need you not to have your titties out, sis. It is unprofessional. Now, a lot of y'all said in my, I never knew of a dress code in college. Some people were in my comments saying they have dress codes in college, okay? I'm speaking on my experience. I don't know if every college is the same. Obviously, it's not, but I've never heard of a dress code in college. What I did not know is that for this particular project in marketing, they have to dress professionally, okay? So that was the information that we did not have. So please don't come for me. Listen, college, from my experience, was a very progressive, liberal one, and it was kind of like a space where you could wear whatever you wanted to wear. You could say whatever you wanted to say. It's about free speech, free expression, and free thought. To me, that's what college is. So listen, don't get mad at me because we got to wear booty shorts and have our titties out on campus, and you did not, okay? They must be strict at the HBCUs because I went to a PWI. Anyways, so yeah. What's her name? Dream Dog catching an attitude at the fact that she got her titties out. She's like, well, we have different perceptions about what's business attire. And Dr. Cooley is like, well, sis, my perception is the right perception as long as you in my damn classroom. Okay, period. But I was kind of agreeing with Dream Doll. I get where they're coming from. I get where Ray J and Dream Doll are coming from. It's like we're celebrities and we've been able to market our own personal brands, right? But at the same time, this is a curriculum that this woman has to teach. So y'all gonna combat the curriculum? Like, this ain't one of those classes where you get to have a discussion about your opinions and about your thoughts. This ain't literary English 101. This ain't English 1101. This isn't philosophy. This isn't psychology. It's not sociology. It's not family planning. We're not talking about your feelings and we're not talking about what you think. We're talking about what's right and what's wrong. Okay, that's the type of class this is. Right? But they want to steady arguing with Dr. Cooley, child. Anyways. What I found to be interesting, and if you guys watch the show, let me know how y'all feel. It seems as though Lamar Odom and India Love not suffer, but they might have learning disabilities. Y'all let me know if y'all caught that. There were several times within these two episodes where India Love was basically like, every time somebody's trying to teach me something, it's going in one ear and out the other, right? And it just seems like she has a hard time focusing and she has a hard time staying motivated and she has a hard time really understanding things. Like Ray J, while they were doing their project, were trying to was trying to convey some numbers to her, and she was having a hard time understanding, and it was a whole hot ass mess. So I was trying to think, like, does India Love have like some sort of learning disability? That's no tea, no shade. That's not me dragging the girl. That is an honest question. And I feel like if she does, this would be the perfect show and the perfect opportunity to talk about it, because there are a lot of students who are going through the same things. I feel like when I was growing up and when I was in college, I had a learning disability. Honestly, I felt like it was super difficult for me to get a hold of certain concepts, especially when it came to numbers. I always knew that there was a thing called dyslexia, but I did not know that there was a thing called, it starts with a D. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. But it's like when you can't comprehend numbers, like when numbers don't make sense to you. I feel like I had that. I was so bad at the lab, like the biology lab, and I was so bad at college algebra, and I just could not understand it. And I had a lot of anxiety. I had a lot of anxiety in those classes, and I was scared to go to those classes because it just made me feel like I was dumb. But I wasn't dumb. It just, my brain just didn't fit the mold of the material. So I really want to know if India Love suffers from a learning disability. I also want to know more about Lamar Odom's cognitive issues. He says that, ever since the overdose, and I just read on my phone, y'all, that allegedly Lamar Odom said that his overdose was like the drugs that were in his systems, he didn't take them voluntarily. It says Lamar went on to say he believes God spared him that night because he didn't voluntarily take any drugs. He did not voluntarily take any drugs. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying that Lamar Odom is a liar, but listen, and my word ain't the gospel, but if I had to guess, I would say that most people walking into brothels and strip clubs and sex parties and doing threesomes and orgies, most of y'all are not sober. Y'all, I don't even want to be sober when I'm having sex with one person. So why would I want to be sober going into a brothel? I mean, I'm just saying. Listen, but apparently, speaking of being on drugs and sex, I learned in college that apparently you cannot give consent to a sexual partner if you are under the influence. So if you go out with your husband and you have a couple of drinks and then you go back to the house and get nasty and frisky and freaky and naughty, apparently you can't give consent if you're under the influence. I understand it from a legal standpoint, but I always had trouble wrapping my brain around the fact that you cannot give consent while drunk, because I've been drunk many of times and did what I did. So was I not giving consenting that whole time? Was I not giving consent? Anyways, but apparently he was in that brothel and didn't voluntarily take them drugs. So maybe he was drunk. I don't know what the situation was, but Lamar Odom, going back to the original subject, says that he has cognitive issues that he kind of has to like get over. Okay. So listen, remember when I said that Stacey Dash joined the dance team and how she's happy at the dance team, but not really happy with her housemates? Well, y'all, she's not even happy with the dance team either, because she got into an argument with the dance captain. She came into that second rehearsal, that second practice, where they had told her, listen, Stacey, you're going to be participating in a dance for one of the biggest home games for TSU this year. And Stacey was like, okay. So they taught Stacey the choreography, and Stacey was supposed to go home and practice and rehearse and things of that nature. And then when she came back for the second rehearsal or the second practice, she ain't know nothing. She had forgot everything. And it was like, Stacey, what the hell you got going on? And Stacey was like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't have enough time when I got back to the house to rehearse. Like, I don't have any time. And the captain was like, sis, this is college. This is college, sis. Nobody has time, but you have to make time. You have to make time for the things that you want to be a part of, sis. And then Stacey got upset and started arguing with the girl. And she was like, you're not going to talk to me like that. And I am your elder. Because y'all know everybody else is normal college age, right? And Stacey Dash is... Hey, Sari. How old is Stacey Dash? Na, 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 na. Stacey Dash is 55. Sitting up here arguing with a 20-year-old. Oh, Stacey did not like the fact that that girl said that you need to make time to learn the routines. And Stacey was like, fuck this. I don't need this. I'm not performing in Saturday's performance. I'm not doing this. Quiet as it's kept, I just kind of felt like she wanted to be upset at the situation. Excuse me. She wanted to be upset because I felt like she was nervous and she had anxiety about dancing at the basketball game. So she kind of picked a fight with that girl so that they could have so that they could have an argument so that she could have an excuse to quit the dance team. Stacey Dash, I've noticed something about you. You're full of shit. You're full of shit and you like to start things, but you don't like to finish things, and you like to quit, and you like to be a baby, and you like to whine, and you like to play victim. But sis, you ain't gonna get this one here. You ain't finna get this one here, sis. Okay. So she basically like quits. I don't think she quit the dance team, but she basically quit the performance, which is kind of going to foreshadow the situation where everybody else at the house is sick and tired of Stacey being cold to them. Everybody is tired of Stacey Dash just not wanting to get to know them. Everybody is tired of Stacey Dash and her stank ass, standoffish ass, superior ass attitude. We're sick of it, Stacey. It's not fair. It's not fair to the girls. We're all trying to get to know each other, and we're all trying to come together to do these school projects and to make this damn TV show, and you want to be locked away in your room like you ain't got nothing else to film and nothing else to do, sis. No. Okay, so they have a family meeting, and they basically come up with the fact that they gonna do a room swap where everybody gonna be swapping out rooms. And it's an attempt to make Stacey Dash room with somebody so that she can find a friend and get to know somebody and stuff like that. And Nene and Ray J are kind of like the leaders of this little campaign to do a room swap. So they have a family meeting, and Nene's like, Stacey, you lock yourself in your room. You acting like you don't want to get to know none of us. You know, what the hell going on, sis? Like, that's not acceptable to me. So we're going to do a room swap. All in favor for a room swap, raise your hands. And everybody raises their hands except for Stacey Dash and Slim Thug. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why would Slim Thug not be here for a room swap? Because remember, Stacey Dash and Slim Thug are the only ones with their own separate bedroom. They got their own wings of the damn house. So, listen, majority rules in this house. We're doing a room swap, right? So Stacey Dash is like, no, I'm not doing that. And Ray J is like, you have to do it. So it's like, those are the rules. Like, pack your shit up. We're doing a room swap. And then Nene's like, yeah, girl, like, you have to abide by the house rules. If we have to abide by the house rules, you have to abide by the house rules. Stop acting like you don't have to do things that we are doing as well. Okay? Now, Ray J kind of gets upset and he's like, girl, if you don't want to do it, because y'all, she's stubborn at this point. She's stubborn. She's like, if you don't want to do it, get the fuck out. Ooh. He said, if you don't want to do it, get the fuck out. And I was like, oh my God. Ray J, you cannot be. I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody's car is out there and it's beeping. I was kind of shocked at the fact that Ray J was like, well, if you don't like the rules and if you don't want to participate and if you don't want to get to know us, get the fuck out. And that's when Stacey Dash was like, you ain't got to tell me twice. I ain't want to be up here with y'all black folk anyways. It was a bit too black for me. It was a little bit too hood for me. Okay. Listen, Stacey Dash, listen. Girl, I agree with them. Now, was Ray J a little bit too harsh? Yes. Did Ray J kind of run the girl off? Yes. Was Nene a little bit too aggressive? A little bit. But I agree in the fact that you got to participate and you got to get to know everybody because that's what we signed up for. That is what we signed up for. So Stacey Dash was like, you ain't got to tell me twice. I'm going to get the fuck out. She said, I'm a dash. And I was like, girl, you thought that was a pun? Okay. You thought that was cute? Okay. But then the next day, so I'm skipping all of the stuff about them doing their projects. And there's like a whole bunch of little stuff going on. Like, you know, Slim Thug asked Frida, Big Frida is in the house, asked Big Frida about, you know, the pronouns and what he should call him because he's never really been around LGBTQ people. I thought that was a nice little scene. You do have a scene where Dream Doll is checking in on Stacey Dash and trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with her. There's another scene where Ray J is up all night working on his businesses because he's a marketing genius, allegedly. That's probably why he was singing so bad. Marketing people, marketing. He was trying to get y'all to talk about him and buy into his shit. What else? You have this situation with Slim Thug and Dream Doll. Like, Slim Thug has a slight crush on Dream Doll, which I think is so adorable. Like, there's a lot of little sub storylines. And of course, they're working on their marketing project and still is taking African American studies, right? Well, one random day comes right before one of their projects is due, like the night before. The EMT comes to the house, y'all. The EMT comes to the house and everybody is very confused. They're like, why is the EMT here? Who called an ambulance? They keep calling it an ambulance, even though it's an ambulance, okay? But everybody's confused about the EMT, and they found out that the EMT is there for Miss Stacey Dash, Miss Mecca herself. And so Dream Doll goes into the room and she's like, Stacey, are you okay? The EMT says, you need to get out. This is a private matter. And they're like, why? Why can't I know what's going on with Stacey? And they're like, patient privacy policy or some shit like that. Okay, that white girl said, HIPAA, sis, HIPAA. And she was like, oh, okay. So then they usher Stacey to the hospital, and nobody seems to understand why the hell Stacey Dash is in the hospital. We are all confused, like, what's going on with Stacey? Now, that's where we leave off on a cliffhanger. Now, if y'all want to know my opinion about the situation, y'all, Lanithia Leaks and Ray J done ran that woman off. Okay, y'all just got a little bit too hood for sis. Y'all got a little bit too ghetto. It got too black for her. Okay, y'all know she used to Fox News and her white husband and stuff. You know, she's used to what's that girl? Alicia Silverstone and whatnot. Listen, they ran Stacey Dash off that show. Now, granted, could she have a medical emergency for real? Yes. Do I think she had a real medical emergency? No, I think it was bull. Okay. And if I'm wrong, then I will come back on camera and apologize because I don't want to make fun of nobody who has a real medical emergency. But sis, it just seems like bullshit because India Love basically said that you was laughing and smiling just 3 hours before. And then all of a sudden the EMTs is coming for your ass, taking you to the damn hospital. What's going on? Sis, what's going on? So I feel like she just didn't want to be there anymore. And she couldn't just be like, I quit. I can't take this no more. I'm going. Because there's probably a clause in the contract that says that if you quit, you don't receive your funds. But if you have a medical emergency and have to be ejected, then you probably get like what, 75% of your pay, of your booking fee. So Stacey is smart, kinda. She read that damn contract and was like, this is my way out. So did Nene and Ray J bully Stacey Dash off the show? Let me know how y'all feel about that situation. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.